Hello everybody, Brett with the Swafford Homestead. Thought we'd do a little garden tour this morning. Might as well start here with the garden. It won't be here much longer. Like the onions, a couple more weeks, they ought to be done. The leaves are starting to yellow at the bottom. Yes, that's Bongo. He's playing with a plastic bottle because I'm not giving him attention. German Shepherds are so emotional. He whines and he cries, but I'm not over scratching on him and rubbing on him, talking to him. I'm talking to a camera. Bongo. Anyway, lettuce bed. I know y'all have seen it before if you watched the videos. It's doing pretty good. We're eating off of it. There ain't hardly enough lettuce to feed us all week, but we get a couple meals a week. About every other day I can pick lettuce off of it. Not bad. We got another bed. These two ain't really planted. I've got some flowers that should come up, them Indian flowers that we love so much. There's a few of them growing in here. Some silver sage. I ain't got to work on these yet. They're still growed up. I've been working on the garden beds a little at a time. Got a muscadine growing. Blackberries, various blackberries. Pear tree. Anyway, let's get to the garden. I got lots of stuff. This is my broccoli and my cauliflower. You can see the broccoli is doing really good. It won't be long we'll be eating broccoli. Got a wild tomato plant growing out there in the middle. The cauliflower hasn't really made a head that I found, but it is bald around it. The leaves are pulled to it, so it's trying. I hadn't messed with opening them up to look, but I haven't really felt anything like a head of cauliflower yet. But anyway, these are mule team tomatoes. They're blooming. They grow really fast and tall, but they're kind of slow about blooming. But once they do produce, they produce big, nice tomatoes. This, I don't know. Yeah, I take that back. This is the Jet Star and Jet Setter. It's the next row of them. It's mixed. End of this row's got early girl tomatoes. What the deal is, I grew a bunch of tomatoes for myself, and my daddy brought me some seeds, and I grew him some tomatoes. We're in the process of getting him his plants back and forth, and him choosing what he wanted and what he didn't. I wound up with some extras, and I wound up with some that was struggling, so I repotted them in pots that wasn't marked, brought them in the house, put them under the grow lights, and babied them until I got them up to size. Well, I got 6 here of various different kinds. Could be any of them, could be a mix of all 5 that he brought me. Could be some of mine, I don't know. I mixed up so much stuff, but we was talking about 8 or 9 different kinds of tomato plants and over about 125 tomato plants growing at one time. By the time he picked through and got what he wanted, and I planted what I grew for myself, and we took all the scrubs. Yeah, it's a mess. This row should be Jet Star and Jet Setter all the way down. And this one should be. We'll have to walk to the end though, because I've learned over the years in this garden, this one's on a slope. It's a lot worse slope than the rest of them, but I've learned at the bottom of the slope, peppers grow better. I don't know why. Don't make sense. These are 4 jalapenos. These are store-bought. I'm not sure. I know they're hot pepper. I don't remember what they was. Because I was having trouble growing seeds. And I found out it wasn't the seeds. It was my dirt. These 4 jalapenos, noticed at the bottom of the row again, are seeds I save every year. They make the really big jalapenos. It'll make the really tall plants. These plants last year was over 6 feet tall and loaded with pepper. That's the reason I saved the seed. I love them. It produces enough pepper for me to give out and me to have some too. This is a lonely squash. It got planted. I had one left and didn't have room, so I brought it over here and planted it. These are cantaloupe. Haley's Best, I believe. Of course, these are straight 8 cucumbers. They are really doing good. They're in the middle of that row that has the oddball tomatoes. Not sure what they are. Yeah, it's going to take over. I've got everything too close this year. I planted this row first, and then I planted on both sides, and I realized that I'd made a mistake. But it is a little late. We'll deal with it. More jalapenos, my seed. Notice they're already up good size, and it's now blooming good. You've seen these tomatoes. These are the other part of the not so sure what's what. You can see differences in the leaves. I had about a dozen, 13, 14 that was in bad shape, and I brought them in and worked on them. Got them to live. Once I get something going, it's hard to stop. I just want to keep going with it and want to make sure it lives. Don't want to give up. Yeah, I need to do a lot of weeding. It's about that time. The ground's got to get dry. It's rained 2 days ago really hard. Roll of okra in amongst all the weeds. These are the sweet pepper. They're sweet banana pepper. There's 7 of them. No, there's 6 of them. That was says a stray jalapeno that I had. It was marked jalapeno. I don't remember growing 13, but anyway. These are bell peppers. There's 5 of them. And what's supposed to be in these 2 rows is watermelon. But that bad dirt, I planted my watermelons in it, and they came up. But they're not doing no good. I don't know what was wrong with it. They're stunned and they won't grow. They're looking very bad. I gave them a chance. I changed dirt and I put them out here. Tried to see if I could bring them out of it. I've got some more planted. I done gave up. These are the other ones that done just fine. They're growing, coming up. We can start spreading out. I got 3 hills anyway. I got 6 more hills growing. It's early. I can still get them out. This is 6 rows of bodacious sweet corn. I said it was knee high to somebody last night. It's closer to waist high on this end. And on top, up on the hill, it grows taller. Another strange thing nobody can really explain. Why does the corn grow at the top of the hill better than it does at the bottom of the hill? You'd think the water would go to the bottom and you get better corn, but it seems like it grows better up here than it does down there. Kind of funny. Yeah, it's close to waist high. That's how much it's grown in the last couple of days. I haven't paid attention. This is, I think, Black Beauty zucchini. I got a couple. It's trying. We're getting close on that one. This is a zucchini. This is an owl squash, or that's the way Hoss Tools called it. They called it owl squash. It's Alexandria squash. It makes a light green with yellow tint squash. Tastes like squash, looks fine. It's different as far as color. Got the yellow straight neck. This is yellow straight neck. This one should be, but it hadn't really done well. This is the Alexandria squash. You can see it's speckled. Have a light color. Good squash. Produces very well. Of course, this one's owl. I'd say these other 2 or 3 will be owl squash. You don't know that, it looks yellow. Maybe we got another yellow squash. Some people just get caught up in the colors. More tomatoes. Not sure on these either because they're all mixed up. I guess I had more of them mixed than I remember. I didn't mark them when I put them out. But these are the ones that left over my daddy didn't choose. Yeah, they're mixed too. It's been an ordeal to grow him tomatoes and me tomatoes because they're all different, and I've got to keep them all marked and keep them separated. And yeah, we had tomato plants sitting everywhere. Had to repot, and yeah, it's been fun. For one man, it's a job to get all this going. Not complaining, just saying. I enjoy every bit of it. These are what's left of my sugar snout peas. They're getting older. It's getting up in the mid-90s during the day, so they're not firing too well. Kind of hard on them. They really don't like super hot weather, but they are loaded with peas. I haven't picked in a day or two, so I'm a little behind on it. I guess we'll cover this while we're here. Behind this is sunchokes. I'll get it right in a minute. There's some sunchokes I planted last year. I got down on my hands and knees, went through the dirt, thought I got every piece of it out. They said any piece of root would cause a plant to grow back. I almost filtered it. I mean, I was down digging through it, picking up every little piece. I put it all in buckets and hauled it off. They're good if you dig them up and eat them. But if you dig them up and take them inside or put them somewhere and let them dry out, they just shrivel up. They're just not good for long storage. You need to leave them in the ground and eat them. They are kind of like a potato. They do have a different texture and a different sweetness and flavor, but kind of like a potato. But they don't have starch. That was the kick. I was growing them for my father. He's diabetic, and they're mine. Anyway, let's move on to the garden too. We got lots to see.